Hello everybody, this is ZDS here, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to use the application Pkhex with the Generation 5 game Pokemon White 2. So, much like my older previous Pkhex tutorial videos, I will be going over some specific criteria with each of the options in Pkhex. You can also make sure to look down in the description down below, where I will leave a link to the page where you can download the Pkhex app for your leisure. So first thing what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to boot up White 2 before I get anything else started here. Actually, probably should lower the volume as well. There we go. So, just let me go through something real quick in here. I recently just beat the game in this file. So as you can see, this is what I currently have in my party and my PC Pokemon-wise. Just, yeah, a lot of shinies. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make some different legendaries, I suppose. So to get started, first of all, what you're going to want to do is once you have your Pokemon game open, you're going to go to File. You're going to go to Export Backup Memory. Click on that. Save whatever file you want to use, in which case I'm just doing this folder here. As you can see, I've already done a few different things for this one, so I'll just go ahead and put W8. That way I know what to look for. And once you have the file backed up, go to Pkhex, then go to File, and go to Open. And in my case, I just go to Documents, or sorry, not Documents, Downloads, there we go. I will go to the destination folder. In my case, it was Nintendo DS, and SAV number 8. And there you go. So now that the file is loaded into Pkhex, now we can start doing some altering. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys is just the general layout of Pkhex here. So up near the top, you can see that there is a couple of different options. We have the star option here, which will turn a Pokemon shiny if so desired. In fact, I'll actually go ahead and just select my Samurott here as an example. So you can change the Pokemon to being shiny. If you want to change it back, just hit the reroll button. That'll reroll this I can't remember what it's called. PSV? Okay, sure, we'll go with that. Here you can also change what Pokemon you want in that slot. Now you can change it to any of the Pokemon that are available in that game. So for example, since we're playing with Gen 5, we can upload any of the 649 Pokemon available in the game. You can also change the nickname to whatever you want. I'm actually going to go ahead and leave that alone. You can change the total amount of EXP that the Pokemon has and their level. Usually I just change the level. If you just change the level, the experience points that will be on the Pokemon will be 0 from the previous level, as if you had only earned just enough to reach the next level. So for example, if I switch this to level 50, oops, my number pad will work, thank you. 117,360 experience points is what it takes for Samurott to reach level 50, which means when you boot up the game, this is the entire amount of experience it'll have. But you can change this number here to a specific digit you want, and say, for example, we'll go 803 or 63. So it'll still be level 50 at that one, but if we do, say, 1509 or 888, it'll be at level 54 instead. But if I just select 54, you'll see that the number will be slightly different. From here also, one more down, you can change the nature of the Pokemon to whatever nature you prefer. In my case, whenever I'm dealing with a Samurott in Pokemon White 2, I always prefer to go with a special attacking Samurott, since its special attack is slightly higher than its physical attack. And below that, we have the held item portion. Here you can select every single item that the game has in its database, including key items. I would not recommend doing that. Key items, when removed from a Pokemon, because key items, since they're not typically allowed to be held, it can often create glitches when you try to attach them to a Pokemon. However, I do believe that they actually removed that, if I'm seeing this correctly. So let's just say the gene splicers. Yeah, okay, so they did remove that. So basically every item here is something that a Pokemon could hold. You can also here change the ability to either one of the main abilities a Pokemon has, or since this is Pokemon White 2, you can also change it to the hidden ability, although considering Samurot's hidden ability is Shell Armor, I'm not going to change that. Over here, you can also change the friendship level between 0 and 225, 0 being minimum, which will give maximum power to the move Frustration, whereas 255 rather, will give maximum power to the move Return. A happiness of 220 is typically what's needed to evolve a Pokemon from happiness. Down here, you can also change the language. Since I'm an English-speaking country, I will just stay with English, but you can change it to Japanese, you can change it to French, or you can change it to Italian, whatever you decide. I'm going to remain at Eddie English. You can also change the Pokemon to be an egg. This means you will have to actually hatch it. You can change it to one of these two options, which is infected or cured. Now, this is for the Pkhex, which can occur randomly in your Pokemon, which gives you a benefit of having a twice the amount of EVs earned per battle, basically the same thing as a Macho Brace, only without the speed reduction. I usually leave that alone. End's Sparkle, this is exclusive to Black and White 2. I don't exactly know what this does. I've never actually caught End's Pokemon in Black and White 2. So I don't know exactly what that would do. Also, remember to always check this little red check mark. If this red hazard sign is here, and you click on it, it will say that something about the Pokemon is invalid. In this case, unable to match encounter from Origin Game. Now, the reason it did that is because I started messing with the language here, but I can also just go right back to it, view it, and it'll reset the PID here. So, now let's go to the second page with the Met icon. Here you can change the origin game in which the Pokemon came from. You can also change the Met location to any of the region areas in the region in question, and also with trading spots as well. You can change the ball the Pokemon comes in from any of the balls available in the game. You can change the level it was met at, the date it was met at, whether or not it's a faithful encounter, and if you really want to, you can also change to as egg. Now what this will do, you'll see here, it'll change that. I'll get to what this will do in a moment when I get to the moves. But thirdly, I guess, we'll go to the stats. Here, you can change all of the Pokemon's IVs to any number between 0 and 31, and the EVs to any number between 0 and 255. However, note that you will not be able to add 255 to every single stat. You have to use a certain program outside of Pkhex to do that, which I might show in a separate video. You can also change the hidden power to any of the 16 types in Generation 6, or Generation 5, available to turn into hidden power. You also, if you really want to just mess around with stuff, you can hit random IVs and random EVs, and you can also change the contest stats. However, considering Black and White 2 do not have contests, this is something that you don't need to bother with. Then over in attacks, you can select one of the 4 moves of any of the moves available in the game for your Pokemon to learn, even if the Pokemon is not legally able to use the move. You can change the power points of the move to whatever you want, and the amount of power point ups to whatever you want. Now, in the case of Pokemon that have moves that they already know, 9 times out of 10 they will show up in green at the very top of the list here. However, I'm going to do something a little bit different. You see, Samurott has 2 exclusive egg moves in the form of Night Slash and Air Slash that it can get by breeding with a Farfetch'd. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select Air Slash, and I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to do the same thing with Night Slash. Now, as you can see, they come up as a red hazard sign, and it says invalid move. The way to get around this, at least in the case of Pokemon that can breed and learn egg moves, you go back over to Met, and you press as egg. Now, that alone will not fix the problem, because then it'll say invalid level. From there, what I usually do is I go to main, and then I click right on this space between XP and level, and then it'll come up with a suggestion, in this case, Met location, Sky Arrow Bridge, Met level 1, press OK, and boom, there you go. This can also be used as a method to avoid having PID mismatches if you want to make a Pokemon shiny. In the case here, even though I made it shiny, it is perfectly legal, so we can go with that. Then, once you are done altering whatever Pokemon you have, you can go ahead to any of the spots in any of the boxes in your game, including the spots that are occupied by other Pokemon. Just go ahead and right-click one of those boxes, click the word Set, and you're good to go. Now that goes just for one of the Pokemon. Now, say for example you wanted to see about getting event Pokemon. There is a way to do that. You can go over to Tools here, go to Data, and then go to Mystery Gift Database. There are some Pokemon that are only available as mystery gifts, so this is a good way to figure out what. Now, when you initially boot this up, no matter what game file you have in, it will usually show you Pokemon from every game. So in this case, it'll show me, since I have Black 2 or White 2 booted up, it'll show me every Pokemon that is available as a special encounter between generations 1 and 5. So it will not show me Pokemon from generations 6, 7, and 8 as an option. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the gift Pokemon Genesect. And the way we do this is let me move this over a bit. Go ahead and right-click it and then click View. And then it'll show up in here with all of the stats here, the White 2 Pokemon Movie, Cherish Ball, all that stuff. The stats, you can still alter these in any way you see fit, so don't worry about that. And same with the attacks. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and turn Genesect. We're going to make it 31 in all of its IVs. And I'm going to give it, let's say, 252 in special attack and speed, because it already has a hasty nature. Now, the shiny Genesect is only available in hasty nature, so you can't do anything about that. But I can also click Friendship, change that, and then I'm going to go to attacks. In this case, we have 3 of these moves it cannot normally learn: Extreme Speed, Technoblast, and Blaze Kick. Or no, sorry, Extreme Speed, Blaze Kick, and Shift Gear. Now, actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and actually change the speed to 252 because I'm going to make sure this is a physical one. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm simply going to replace Technoblast with a typical move that is used on Genesect in competitive play, which is U-Turn. Then I can go ahead and I can change the PP if I want, or in this case, I'm going to just do that, and I'm going to change these items here. Now, I can then just go ahead and right-click and click Set, and there you go. Same thing with the regular Pokemon as with the event Pokemon. Next, I'm going to show you guys one last thing, and that is this little SAV option. In this section, you have block data, box layout, see gear skin, event flags, items, mailbox, miscellaneous edits, mystery gift, Pokedex, and trainer info. And we'll start with the last one first, trainer info. Here, you can rename your trainer, you can redo your trainer ID and your secret ID, you can increase the amount of money that you have, you can alter the badges, although I highly do not recommend this as it can completely break game progression. You can change the amount of time you have spent in the game. You can change when the game was started and at what time, what was the first time you went to the Hall of Fame and what time, and you can even change your map position, but unless you're really good at pixel scaling, I don't recommend messing with this either. And then lastly, you can also change the battle points earned in the game, and you can also change the gender, although I've never actually done that and had it be successful. Once you're done messing around with here, just click Save, and then we will go to the Pokedex. Now in here, there's a myriad of different options. You can modify the languages, you can check all of the different options here. In this case, I'll go ahead and check all. You can also just go modify over here. This will just see seen all, seen one, seen none, or my favorite, you can go here, seen none, seen all, caught all, or in my case, complete Pokedex. It'll take a couple seconds and it'll cycle through the entire Pokedex and check every single option and make sure that it is saved. It'll close automatically when it is done, and then you just click save and you're good to go. Mystery Gift is something that I don't typically alter with, but from my understanding, you actually need a separate Mystery Gift file that you have to download separately into the game to actually import that. I don't typically do that, so I'm going to move on from that. Oops, hold on, I moved it out of the way on accident. So, next up will be miscellaneous edits. Here, you can check fly destinations, where you can check the ones that you have flown to and have not flown to, in which case I only have a few that I haven't flown to yet. You can unlock all of the game keys. This is exclusive to Black and White 2. You can chain the Easy, Challenge key, City, Iron, Iceberg, Easy mode, Challenge mode, blah, 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 and you can check all of these keys for future use. Entralink, I will say now, I do not know what this does. So I have not messed with any of this. If any of you guys want me to explore this, or you have any ideas on how to use it, please go ahead and let me know in the comments. Now, Forest, this is the same thing. I don't actually know what this does. I believe, actually, that this might be something for White Forest, and you can change the Pokemon, perhaps. I'm not exactly sure, but that's something I can check later on. And then you have the subway, the battle subway, basically the battle tower of Pokemon Black and White 2. You can set how many records, how much record in games that you have in all the different categories, and super checks on all these other things. Go ahead and click cancel there. Mailbox, this is something I don't ever mess with, but if you feel the need to do so, you can go ahead and mess with the mail. Event flags, I'm going to skip for a sec. This can let you select the events in the game that you have done and have not done. As it says here, altering event flags may impact other story events. Save file backups are recommended. Now, my Pkhex is set to save backups automatically. But in the event that, for example, I have already caught Cobalion, but if I deselect the Cobalion's options, I can actually go back to its location and rebattle it. In fact, I'm actually going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and deselect these two, and I'm going to click save. Event constants, I don't know what this is except for the starter part. Research, I have no clue what this is, so I don't alter it. But with this, I'll demonstrate in a moment, and then I'll just click save. Seagear skin, this is irrelevant to me, but apparently you can change the skin of your Seagear by importing an image of your choosing. Maybe I'll do it just for the sake of the video. Let me try to go to something that's not rated R. I'm just going to go ahead and click this video. Oh, nope, it has to be a specific size. Okay. Well, I guess if you guys want to experiment with that, you guys can go ahead. Now, box layout is something I don't change either, because you can change this in-game, but you can change different boxes to different categories of image if you want. And then block data, I don't even know what this is, so I ignore it. But for the last thing I'll do in this video is I will do the item section. Now, the item section is broken down into 5 categories for White 2. It has just normal items here, key items, TMs and HMs, medicine, and berries. The berries is what I usually do first. Here, as you can see, I have 995 of every single berry. To do this, you just have to really click Give All and select All. I'll go ahead and click None. It'll clear all the items, and then I can go ahead and click All again, and it'll save. Then I will go to the healing items. In this case, you can select from any of the games of the items in the game that heal status, or in the case of the PowerPoint items, or rare candies can also be in here as well. Things like that. You can alter those items as you see fit. In this case, I'm just going to go ahead and give myself... I already have rare candies down there. I'm going to give myself 99 rare candies. Over in the TM-HM section, you can go ahead and just select all of the TM and HMs at once. Since Pokemon Black and White 2 has reusable TMs, unlike previous generations, the TMs will always show up as a count of 1 or 0. Now, you can also select the HMs early, and the good thing is in that case is because with Pokemon Black and White 2, since the HMs were not tied to a gym leader, you can actually use the HMs in locations to get to areas not previously accessible unless you've gotten past a certain point in the game. Then you can select the key items here. Now, this is something you need to be a little bit careful with, because selecting the wrong item can, in fact, do some bad things to the game. In this case, though, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the Gracidea flower. This is for changing Shaman's forms. I'm also going to select the Oval Charm. This makes eggs hatch faster. And I'm also going to select the Shiny Charm. I don't have it selected elsewhere, so I'm going to select that and just put that to number 1. And then lastly, we're going to go ahead over to the normal items section. Here is basically where every other item in the game is that isn't a healing item or a berry. So evolutionary items, equipped items, cell items, Pokeballs, all that stuff is all right here. As you can see here, I do have some items, and you can select from any of the ones you want. Obviously, I have 999 Master Balls, so we'll stop there. And then when you're done with that, go ahead and click Save, and when you're done with editing every single thing you can think of, go ahead to File, go to Export Save, and go to Export Main. This will usually bring up the same folder that you put the original file into, and here you're just going to title it whatever you want. In my case, since I know the order, I'm going to title it W9. It'll always show as all files as the default option. If you do that, the emulator will not recognize it as a save file. So you'll just click on that bar and it'll always have the .save option. So then you just go ahead and click Save, Save exported to the file, click OK. Now we'll go ahead back into the game, and then we'll just go select File to Import Backup Memory, and this will bring me back to the save file. And here we have W9. So we'll go ahead and double click that. It'll come up with these options. You don't have to do anything here. Just go ahead and click OK. Now, when you click OK, it will restart the emulator. It will restart the ROM. So we'll just go ahead and boot the game back up. And since I'm already here, we'll go ahead into my PC. I'll move here. And as you can see, there is my shiny Samurott with Air Slash and Night Slash. And the shiny Genesect from the event that took place some odd years back. I don't believe I altered anything else as far as Pokemon are concerned. So then we will go to my character name. And you can see here my battle points, I believe I altered. I don't think you can see it here. Maybe it's somewhere else. I think probably because I haven't actually done it yet. But you can see that my Pokedex is complete. You can see every single Pokemon here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and select National Dex. And that'll make sure that it shows the National Dex version. So you can see every single Pokemon in the game. Alright. And then finally, we'll go to Bag. And here I will show you down at the bottom. I don't know if I altered anything here. Can't remember. No, I didn't alter anything, but I did show the Master Balls. And then here you can see 99 rare candies altered. And all the HMs and TMs are here. And then, of course, all of the berries. So that's going to do it actually for this video, guys. I hope I did a rather thorough explanation of how to use the app in Pokemon White 2. Thank you guys for watching. Please let me know if you have any suggestions for future videos down in the comment section down below, and I hope to see you guys in my future content. This has been ZDS, making it super fun one video at a time, and I will catch you guys later. Have a good night, everybody.